Well, hello there. My name is Beth Gaff, and I'm the Media Literacy Coordinator here at the Peabody Public Library. And first off, I just want to let you know that this class is geared to go at your pace, which means that you can stop this, you can go away from this, you can minimize this, and you can come back to this at any time. You're under no obligation to sit under this class in one entire setting. That would make for a very long day, and I don't want anybody to get frustrated. This class is designed for those of you that want to expand a little bit more on the Google programs and what are out there for you. This is a very, very fun and exciting program that they offer to you. Also, if you're a part of the Computer ClassPass Incentive Program, I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. And your secret code is I'm on Google Drive. So you get me that code and you will be on your way to prizes and so forth. I meet with a lot of people on a daily basis, and some of them were not familiar with what this fantastic program was about. So I wanted to make sure to make a class out of it so you would have some sort of idea. I will also be creating another class called OneDrive and Office Online, so you'll have another way of being able to do those drive accounts. Throughout the class, I'm going to be testing your knowledge of what you've learned. So anytime you get to a point where it says test time, I'd really like for you to pause the video and try to give those a try. That's really the only way you're going to be able to learn how to use this thoroughly, is if you're doing some activities that are involved with it. So, without further ado, I want to welcome you to getting started with Google Drive.
The screenplay on your home computer, that presentation at work, those vacation photos and videos on your phone, the trip itinerary on your tablet, resumes, recipes, videos. With Google Drive, you can now access your files from wherever you are, even the big ones. Whichever program you're using, just drag and drop, and there are all your files ready to be opened by you and shared with anyone you want. Forget files being too big to email. Just share them with Drive, and everyone has the same file automatically that they can edit together from anywhere. Now all your stuff, work or play, is in one place. Easy to find and easy to share. Google Drive. Keep everything, share anything.
So that video was kind of fun. It just kind of got us introduced to what Google Drive is. Now I guess the big question is, why would we want to use Google Drive? Google Drive is one of the most advanced cloud storage services available today, offering 5 gigabytes of free storage space. If you've never used a cloud-based storage service like Google Drive before, take a moment to consider the advantages of keeping your files online. Because files can be accessed from any computer with an internet connection, Google Drive eliminates the need to email or save a file to a USB drive. And because it allows you to share files, working with others becomes easier than ever. With Google Drive, you can create and edit documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and more. You can open your files from any computer with an internet connection. You can invite others to collaborate to your document or on your document. You can retrieve your files. Even if your computer is lost, stolen, or broken, your documents will still be safe in the cloud. You can access, create, and edit documents on the go with the Google Drive apps from your smartphone or tablet. You can save and edit files that you created using Chrome's web apps, such as SlideRocket and AutoCAD WS, right in the drive. You can upload, share, and view many other types of files. Although Google Drive isn't designed to edit every file type, it's actually able to display previews for various types of videos, images, and other document formats. The introduction of Google Drive has raised privacy concerns among some users. Despite what you may have heard, Google Drive keeps your files private and secure. However, storing files on the cloud is not without some risk. It's possible that your files could be lost by the server or hacked and viewed by someone else. While the chances of this happening are very low, you should never keep your only copy of an important document in the cloud. So creating files on Google Drive. Google Drive doesn't just store your files, it also allows you to create, share, and manage documents with its own productivity apps. If you've ever used a suite like Microsoft Office, some things about Google Drive's app might seem familiar. For instance, the types of files you can work with are very similar to the files that can be created with various Microsoft Office programs. There are types of docs you can create and share with Google Drive. So I have some here that are going to be a little bit more universal. You'll be able to use these with Google Drive as well as Microsoft Office. So documents. Documents is used for composing letters, flyers, essays, and other text-based files. This is very similar to Microsoft Word. Spreadsheet. This is for storing and organizing information, similar to Microsoft Excel. Presentation is for creating and presenting slideshows, which is very similar to PowerPoint. Forms is for collecting and organizing data. It's good for surveys and things along those lines. And then drawing is for creating simple vector graphics or diagrams. And I am on the next slide going to actually show you what each one of, actually we have them here. You can see what each one of those are. You've got documents, spreadsheets, presentations, forms, and drawings. Those are all going to be able to be collaborated with other people as well as Microsoft Office. So if you are not familiar with Google Drive, then you are in the right place, and we're going to get started right now on how to get started. Okay, well, it's test time over some of the stuff that we've been talking about. So during this test time, all it is trying to get you familiar with the things that you've already learned up to this point. So be thinking about what kinds of files would you keep on your Google Drive. Can you think of any files you would like to sync across multiple devices? And also think of a situation where you may need to collaborate with others through a file. Feel free to send me an email with these answers to them, and it's listed here for you at bgaff@ppl.lib.in.us, because I would love to hear what you would use Google Drive for, and what kind of files you would carry over. So go ahead and take the test.
Are you looking to get started with Google Drive? In this video, we'll cover the basics of using this free cloud-based storage service. To get started, just go to www.google.com in your web browser. Then locate and select Sign In. Now, if you don't already have a Google account, select Create Account near the bottom of the screen. Otherwise, you'll want to go ahead and enter the email address and password for your Google account. Once you've signed in, locate and select the grid near the upper right corner, then choose Drive. Your Google Drive will appear. Now you may notice that there's nothing here yet, but it's easy to add files to your Google Drive. Just click the New button on the left to create a new file or folder, or if you already have a file on your computer, you can upload it by simply dragging it onto your drive. And there we go. Let's take a look at a different account that's been using Google Drive for a while. Here you can see different files and folders that are stored on the Google Drive. If you select a file, you'll see additional options for it appear at the top of the screen. On the left, you'll also be able to access your folders, files shared with you, and more. Another thing you'll notice is the option to get Google Drive for your PC. If you choose to install this app, you'll be able to quickly access the files on your Google Drive from a folder on your computer, and any files that you move into that folder will automatically be uploaded to your drive. One other thing we'd like to mention is the Google Drive mobile app. Available for iOS and Android devices, the Google Drive app allows you to view and upload files from your mobile device wherever you are. This can be really convenient if you want to access a file on the go or back up something from your phone. Now, it's worth pointing out that you can also edit documents on your mobile device, but you'll need to download separate apps to do that. such as the free Google Docs or Google Sheets app. Alright, those are the basics, and they should be enough to help you get started with Google Drive.
So now I'm going to talk to you about creating an account with Google, because in order to use Google Drive, you will need a Google account. Google accounts are free, and signing up for one is fairly simple. In order to create a Google account, you'll need to enter some information, including your name, birth date, and location. Creating a Google account will automatically create a Gmail email address as a Google Plus profile. If you have a Gmail address, you already have a Google account, so you won't need to create an account. You can simply sign in to Drive using your Gmail information. If you don't have a Gmail account, then here's the steps you're going to take to get yourself with a Gmail account. This way, you're able to use Drive to the fullest and actually use it at all. So first, you're going to go to www.google.com, locate and select the Sign In button in the top right corner of the page, and I have it listed there for you. Click Create an Account. The sign-up form will appear. Follow directions and enter the required information, including your name, birth date, and gender. Here is also where you're going to be creating that password, and the email or Gmail, they're the same thing, just one's through Google. You're going to want to write down that password and that email. That way later on, when you want to log into your account, you have it, it's accessible, and you're not concerned about what it is. You definitely want to review all of the terms of service and privacy policy. You're going to click the checkbox and then click Next for the steps. To create your profile page, you would click Add a Photo if you want to add a photo. If you don't want to set a profile photo at this time, then you would just click Next Step. Your account will be created and the Google Welcome page will appear. Just like with any other service, it's important to choose a strong password. In other words, the one that's difficult for someone to guess. And you can also check about password tips online that can kind of help guide you. But you're also going to want to make sure that you have it written down, because there's nothing worse than creating an account for yourself and not remembering how to get into it. Then you'd have to start all over and create an entire new Google account, and just by writing it down would make your life a lot easier. So if you have a Google account, go ahead and sign into your account now. If you don't, go ahead and click on that Create an Account button through www.google.com. So now the big question would be, what do I do now? I have a Google account. What am I going to do after I get that account created? Once you set up your Google account, you can access Google Drive by going to http://drive.google.com. And I have it listed here for you in your web browser. You can also navigate to Google Drive from any Google page, such as Gmail or Google Search, by selecting the grid icon near the top right corner, then clicking on Drive. And I have that listed here for you. All those little dots on there for that grid view are also called an app store that kind of holds and stores all those Google apps for you. So once you've created an account, you're going to want to go into Google itself and get into your Drive. Why don't you go ahead right now and give that a try?
Okay, so I would like for us to be a little more familiar with Google Drive. So here we have a little interactive of Google Drive, and we're just going to go through all of these little things here and figure out what all of them are. So up here's our search bar. The search bar allows you to look for specific files. Whenever you enter a search term, Google Drive will automatically display files that match your search. You can also run an advanced search, which allows you to filter your files by type. So that's kind of convenient. Up here we've got the file action buttons. These options will appear whenever you select a file. They allow you to quickly share the file, see a preview, or delete it. Here you have the sort. By default, your files are sorted by the date they were last modified. You can click here to reorganize your files by size, name, or editing history. Over here we have the New button. You can click the New button to create a new document, spreadsheet, presentation, or other Google document. The new file will be saved to your Google Drive automatically. You can also use the New button to create new folders and upload files from your computer. The folders, their related files can be organized into folders. Once files are placed in a folder, you can view, share, and apply changes to multiple files at the same time. When you select a folder in the left pane, only files contained within that folder will appear in the view pane. These are your views. You can choose several different views of Google Drive. The default view is My Drive, which shows all of your files. You can also choose to see what has been shared with you and incoming, or favorited, starred, or recently edited. And that's what these are right here. And here we have the view pane. The view pane displays all of your files. It's easy to see who owns each file, what files are shared, when files were last modified. Simply click to select any file or double click to open it. So now you have a little bit better understanding of the Google Drive interface and what it's going to be able to do for you. If you wouldn't mind, you can go ahead and minimize this video right now, and you can kind of go in and just take a look at your Google Drive. Assuming you have created an account, you will need an account to get into Google Drive. We will do a practice document at the end of class where we can save it in there. So I want you to be able to have access to it and have a better understanding of how it works.
Google Drive is more than just using it on your computer. Google Drive is also available for mobile devices. It's available for both the iOS, which is your Apple system, and your Android. The Google Drive app allows you to view and upload files to the Google Drive using your mobile device. Google has separate mobile apps for creating and editing documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. So I've actually put that on here for you. There's a picture there. So in Android, you would go to the Play Store and you would just download Google Drive. Now, if you have an Android phone, you probably already have Google Drive downloaded on it. It's part of the software that's built into the tablet or the smartphone itself because it's a Google Android tablet. Therefore, all of the functions of Google are going to be on it for you. If you do not find it and you want to get it, then you would need to go to the Play Store and go to your search and type in Google Drive. Now, once you type in Google Drive, if it pulls it up and it doesn't give you the install option and it only gives you an open option, then that means it's already downloaded on your phone or your device and you're going to need to go locate it. But if it does give you an install option, then that means it's not downloaded on your device and then you'd be able to download it from there. Google Drive for the desktop. If you prefer to work on the desktop or your computer, you can download the Google Drive desktop app to your computer. This is available for Windows and OS X, which is your Mac system. This app makes it a bit easier to upload an existing file and work offline. Once it's installed, you'll need a new Google Drive folder. Open your computer. Any files you move into the folder will automatically be uploaded to your Google Drive. So, this is all about Google Drive for mobile and for the desktop as well. Why don't you right now, whether you have an iOS, which is an iPhone, or an iPad, check and see if you have that Google Drive on there. If you don't, then go to the App Store, type in Google Drive, and download it. For the Android, check your apps to see if it's already on there. If it isn't, go to the Play Store and download Google Drive. Go ahead and give that a try right now. And don't forget to sign in, because if you don't sign into your account, you won't be able to do anything with it. So that's why it's really important that you go ahead and write down that password and that username or your Gmail. That way you're able to get in. All right, it's time for another test time. This is just testing what you've already learned. So if you haven't done it yet, and this is just kind of a review, you're going to visit www.google.com to sign up for that Google account if you don't have one. Go ahead and open that Google Drive and explore the interface or the main screen that gets you around. Go ahead and give it a try.
Google Drive is a lot more than just a free online storage service. It also allows you to create and edit a variety of different files. For example, You might create a Google Doc, which is similar to a file you could create in Microsoft Word, a Google Sheet, which is similar to what you might create in Microsoft Excel, or a presentation, which is similar to what you might create in Microsoft PowerPoint. Creating a new file in your Google Drive is pretty easy. Just click the New button, then select the type of file you want to create. In this example, I want to make a document, so I'm going to choose Google Docs. Your file will appear on a new tab in your browser window. Now you can locate and select Untitled Document in the upper left corner and give your file a name. When you're done, press Enter. If we go back to our Google Drive, you can see that the file's already been saved here, and we can just double-click to open it again. Now you may also notice that there is no save command, and that's because every file you create on Google Drive is saved automatically as you work. One other thing we'd like to show you is how to create a document from a template. To get started, go to drive.google.com/templates. Then choose a category or use the search bar to find something more specific. In this example, I'm looking for a resume template. When you find a template you like, click Preview to view it. And if you like the way it looks, go ahead and click Use this template. A new file will be created on your Google Drive with the selected template. You can then customize it with all your own information to fit your needs. Now that you know the basics, you're ready to dive in and start creating your own files on Google Drive.
We're now going to talk about using the templates that are a part of Google Drive. Google has these in a lot of their different programs that they offer to you. A template is a pre-designed file you can use to quickly create new documents. Templates often include custom formatting and designs, so they can save you a lot of time and effort when starting a new project. Most templates are designed to help you create specific types of files. For instance, you could use a template to quickly create a resume or a newsletter. You can find a wide selection of templates in the Google Drive template gallery, and I've actually listed that there for you. Unfortunately, we found that many of these templates aren't very well designed, and it's often difficult to find specific templates within the gallery. For this reason, I recommend you using templates made by Google, which tend to be higher quality than user-submitted templates. To use an official Google template, you're going to navigate to Templates Submitted by Google. Several templates will appear. You can then browse templates by category or use the search bar to find something more specific. And I have that search bar listed there for you. They're looking for a newsletter. When you found a template you want to use, click Use this template. You can also click Preview to view it first. And you can see where they have it boxed in where it says Use this template. A new file will be created with the selected template. You can then customize the file with your own information. So it kind of shows you there. So a template is just a pre-designed item that you're just going to drop information in, and then you'd be able to print it, continue to update it however you want to do it. So that is what a template is. Why don't you go ahead and kind of explore your templates a little bit, or go to the templates submitted by Google and see what you can find. All right, time for another test. So on this particular one, you're going to create a new file on the Google Drive. I'd like to see you rename the untitled file. Try going back to your Google Drive to see the new file has been added to it. And then you're going to explore those templates. Hey, make sure you have fun while you're doing it, because if you're doing this and it seems like it's a whole lot of work and you're getting stressed out, then you need to go ahead and pause the video and walk away. Because there's nothing worse than being stressed out and trying to do things on the computer. It's going to make it more difficult for us. So it's all about having fun. This is supposed to be an easy process to make life for you easier. So don't stress yourself out. So go ahead and get in there and create yourself a new file, rename it, make sure it's in there, and explore those templates.
Google Drive's free cloud storage service allows you to upload files from your computer and access them from anywhere. To upload a file, click the New button, then select File Upload. A dialog box will appear. You can locate and select the file on your computer, then click Open. And that's it. The file will be uploaded to your Google Drive. If you're looking for a faster method, you can also click and drag files right into your browser window to upload them. And if you're using the Google Chrome web browser, you can actually upload entire folders of files at once. This can help you save time if you want to put a lot of files onto your Google Drive at once. Do note that you'll only be able to upload folders to Drive if you're using the Google Chrome web browser. Google Drive also allows you to preview and edit many different types of files, even if you don't have the software for that file on your computer. For example, let's take a look at this spreadsheet I uploaded that was originally created in Microsoft Excel. You can just double-click the file to open it, and a preview of the file will appear. Now if you want to edit the file, select Open at the top of the screen. A new version of the file will be created in a Google Drive format. Do keep in mind that when converting a file to a Google Drive format, you might see some issues, especially with formatting. Still, all of my data are here, and it's easy to edit them. If we go back to our Google Drive, we can see that there are now two versions of this spreadsheet. The original spreadsheet that was created in Excel, and the new Google Drive file. Note that the icons also vary depending on what type of file it is. Finally, if you're planning on using Google Drive for editing a lot of documents, you may not want to have to convert each one manually. If you prefer, certain files can be converted to Google Docs format automatically on upload. To do this, locate and select the gear icon near the upper right corner. Select Settings, then check the box for Convert Uploaded Files to Google Docs Editor Format. When you're finished, click Done. Alright, those are the basics, and they should be enough to help you get started with uploading files and folders to Google Drive.
Time for another test of knowledge. I want you to try uploading a file from your computer to your Google Drive account. Check to see it's been added to your Google Drive. Upload and convert a Microsoft Office file to the Google Drive format. If you don't have Microsoft Office, you wouldn't need to worry about this. But if you do, I highly encourage you to give it a try, because that's really what it's all about.
If you've been using Google Drive for a while, you may find that you have a lot of different files, and that can make it hard to find what you're looking for. Fortunately, Drive has a lot of features built in to help you find the files you need and keep your files organized. For example, if you're looking for a particular file, you can use the search bar at the top. Just click the bar, type what you're looking for, and press Enter. If you think you found the file you need but you're not quite sure, you can use the preview option to just give it a quick glance without actually opening it. To do this, select the file, then click the Preview button near the upper right. From here you can choose to open the file for editing or close it to get back to your drive. Sorting is another useful feature. For example, you can sort your files alphabetically from A to Z, or from Z to A, or from when they were last modified. This can be really helpful if you're looking for a file you edited last week or last year. Filters are similar to the search option, but they're a little more broad and can help to narrow down your files if you're not quite sure what you're looking for. To use a filter, click the small arrow in the right of the search box, then use the drop-down menus to select what you're looking for. In this example, I'm just looking for spreadsheets that I created. And there we go. If you have a lot of different things on your Google Drive, folders are probably the best way to keep related files together. To create a new folder, select the New button, then click Folder. Enter a name for your new folder, then press Enter or click the Create button. Your new folder will be created. To add a file to a folder, simply click and drag. You can then double-click to open a folder, and here's the file that we added. Let's go back to our drive and try adding multiple files to the folder at once. There are a few different ways to do this. For example, you can click and drag to select multiple files. Another method is to press and hold the Control key on your keyboard, or Command key if you're on a Mac computer, and then click the files you want to select. You can also use this method to deselect a file that you didn't mean to choose. Now, if there's a file you no longer need on your drive, you can delete it. To delete a file, simply select it, then click the Remove button near the upper right. Now when you do this, the file will be moved to your trash. To delete a file permanently, you'll need to click Trash on the left, click the drop-down menu near the top, and then choose Empty Trash. This will permanently delete any files or folders in the trash can, which can free up space in your Google Drive. Okay, there's just one more thing we want to show you. If you want to see all of the options you have for a file, you can right-click it from your drive. Here you can see you can now preview the file, open it for editing, share it, or even download a version of the file to your computer. Alright, those are the basics, and we hope these tips will help to keep your drive organized and make it easy to find files you need. Sharing files is a really important feature in Google Drive. When you share a file with someone else, it makes it easier to collaborate on the document. Rather than sending different versions of the document back and forth through email, everyone can work on the same document at once. To share a file on your Google Drive, just select it, then click the Share button near the upper right. A dialog box will appear, and from here you can start entering the email addresses of the people you want to share with. And if you're sharing with multiple people, just separate each one with a comma. You can also decide how much control these people will have over the document. For example, you can give them full permission to edit and change the document, only leave comments, or just view the document. In this example, I want everyone to be able to edit the document, so I'm going to leave this setting alone. It's also important to note that anyone you share with this way will require their own Google account to view or edit the file. Next, we'll include a short message to let everyone know what the file is about. Then click Send. Another way to share a file is with a link. You'll start the same way by selecting the file and then clicking the Share button. When the dialog box appears, select Get Shareable Link. You can then copy and paste this link to share it with anyone, even if they don't have a Google account. In this example, I'm pasting it into an email message to quickly share the file. So, what happens after you share a file on Google Drive? Well, Google Drive has some really powerful co-authoring features. For example, if we open our document, we can see that some of the other people we shared the file with are viewing it as well. The real-time co-authoring feature allows everyone to work on the document at the same time. Everyone's changes will be indicated with a cursor by their name so you can tell who's doing what in the document. It's also easy to leave comments so you can talk back and forth with one another. To insert a comment, just select something in the file, right-click, and then choose Comment. A comment box will appear on the right, and from here you can add a short note about this part of the document. Your co-authors will then be able to respond directly to you. These features make it much easier to collaborate on a document and work out details with your co-authors in real time. Okay, now that you know the basics, you're ready to jump in and start collaborating and sharing on Google Drive.
So we're going to talk about collaboration tools right now. Whenever you share a file in Google Drive format, you'll have the option to allow your co-editors to change and edit the file. Google Drive offers several tools that enhance collaboration by making it easier to communicate with your co-editors and to see which changes have been made and by whom. So here we're going to click this little interactive, And we're going to just go by sections here, and we're just going to take a look at all of the different options that are available to you through the collaboration tools. You have the additional sharing options. You can click File to view additional sharing options. Download as downloads. Download your file in a different format like a Word document, PDF, or HTML text. Publish to web creates simple web page of your document. Email collaborators allows you to send an email that includes a link to your file. Email as attachment allows you to send your file as an email attachment. So you'll have to take a look at the file inside of those tools. Here we have the comments button. You can click the comments button to view a thread containing all comments related to the file. This is sorted chronologically. You can also add new comments and reply to old ones. You do have your share button. Hover over the share button to see a description on the file's current visibility settings. Click the share button to edit the file sharing settings. You can share your file with others, modify visibility, or create a link to the file. It's kind of nice. Currently viewing in chat. You can click here to chat with others who are currently viewing the file. Note that chats are not saved in comments. So this is just between you and them, and this would not be something that would be in your comments. You do have your revision history. You can click File and then select See Revision History to view older versions of the file. You can see changes that have been made over time and revert to an older version if you would like. Here you have the cursor. When a collaborator is modifying a file, a cursor will appear in a bright color at whatever point he or she is editing. Any changes that the person makes will appear in real time. You can add your own comments. Comments allow you to attach a brief note to a certain section of a file. Your collaborators can see and reply to any comment you create. To add a comment, select the text you want to comment on, then right-click and select Comment from the drop-down menu. Your collaborators can choose to either reply or resolve the comment. So that was all about our collaboration tools and how we can collaborate with others. Now, they do offer a suggesting mode and some collaboration tips, and that's what we're going to talk about now. This is the suggesting mode. Google Drive recently had a feature called suggesting mode, which is similar to the track changes feature in Microsoft Office, so if you're familiar with that. This allows each collaborator to make changes while giving the other collaborators a chance to review the changes before making them permanent. There is a video here that talks about some of the tips and tricks that goes along with Google Drive and the collaboration, as well as just being able to use it. So we are going to take a look at that now.
Debbie and John here. Welcome back to the App Show.
Sometimes you create a document and you are the sole author, but more often than not, you actually collaborate.
So today, we're going to give you the best in the tips and tricks that can help you collaborate and co-create documents that are greater than the sum of their parts. Back in the day, collaboration was a nightmare. Emails flying back and forth, multiple versions of the same document. Nobody knew what was the latest.
Those were the days.
Were they really now?
Well, with Google Docs, presentations, and spreadsheets, you can actually use this real-time collaboration. And if you're not, well, you're not really using the product to the fullest.
So today, we're going to start with something you might know in Microsoft Office as track changes, but in Google Docs, we have suggesting mode.
This is the ability to type a change to a document which leaves the original text intact. This doc belongs to Debbie, but I have an alternative wording for this section here. If I highlight it and type in my alternative, Debbie will see the bit I've crossed out and my suggested changes.
Each time anyone comments on the document, as the owner of it, I'll get an email. On the document itself, each suggestion is tracked by an individual box on the right that will stay there until I accept or reject the suggestion.
By the way, if you save an Office document with track changes, they will appear as suggested edits in Google Docs, and vice versa.
When we write scripts, each contributor's sense of humor is unique. Suggested edits allow us to see who chimed in and with what. It allows transparency into what's changing.
Sometimes, instead of offering a suggestion, it's much better just to make a comment. You add one by highlighting the section you want to comment on, and then click the comment icon. or you can go to Insert and Comment, or Command Option M. Once again, a box is created on the right-hand side.
Suggested edits and comments are both useful in slightly different ways. Suggested edits can be accepted and replace text, so they're ideal if you have a change in wording. Comments can be used to prompt a change rather than a suggestion of wording itself. And of course, if you need clarification on either, you can reply directly in the box and the person who created it will get an email notification.
And comments can be formatted to add extra emphasis, so bold, italicize, and strike through are all applicable there. If you put a star on both sides of the word, it will be bold. And the same goes for underscores to make text italic, and dashes to strike through text. You can specifically target a comment towards a particular person. If you type plus, a list of email addresses will come up, or you can type any address. If the person doesn't have permission to comment, you can adjust how the file is shared on Drive here. You can decide who you want to be able to comment or edit it.
To reply to a comment, just click on the box and type your reply. We use this to solve tricky problems where several people have an opinion on how to solve it. Comments work just not in docs, but in sheets and slides too. When there's a comment on a cell in a sheet, you'll see a yellow triangle. In slides, you can only comment on the whole text box and not on words or subsection within that text box.
When the whole team chimes in on a document, there's always the chance that someone might delete something crucial.
We collaborate across several teams here at Google and often have up to 10 Googlers working on something like an email template.
Luckily, any significant changes made to the document is recorded in what's called revision history.
Go to File and Revision History, and you can step back and forth over all the versions of the document. If a section has gone missing, I can go back, find it, copy it, return to the latest version, and paste the missing section back in. Or I can just click that timestamp and revert completely back to that version. I love the assurance that revision history offers.
Another use case is mail merges. When you mail merge, the list is always changing, so you can use revision history to store all of your versions. If I know there's someone missing, I can go back to an earlier list, find the missing name, copy it, and then paste it into my current version.
Ooh, I just got a notification. My spreadsheet was edited.
And your phone matched your address.
It does.
With email notifications, you can know whenever a change is made to the spreadsheet.
So if I'm the one responsible for getting the spreadsheet filled out, this saves me from having to keep checking to see if the data I'm waiting for has been added. I highlight the cell or cells I want to be notified about, then go to Tools, Notification Rules. Here I can set the rules. Notify me whenever any changes are made, and I can choose a daily digest of changes or to be notified right away. The rule is now listed here. I can add more rules if needed. Now when anyone enters data in that cell, I get an email notification. I can also ask for a notification of a response to a form. The executive assistant who helped plan the leadership retreat to Boulder created a sheet to help her with travel logistics. So a daily summary digest allowed her to stay on top of travel plans and know who to track down for missing information.
One other tip is bookmarks. Now, bookmark is a hyperlink to a specific place within a document. One great example of this is the Noogler Training Manual, which was created by a lot of people within our organization.
So a Noogler, by the way, is a new Googler, and we create this manual to help them settle in.
As someone added a new section, they would add a bookmark to it by clicking on the text where they wanted it. Then they would go to Insert and Bookmark. A little blue bookmark appears. Then they'd go back to the table of contents and add the name of their section, highlight it, and go to Insert Link. All the bookmarks they'd made would show up and they could select the one they wanted. Anyone looking at the manual could get to the section by clicking on the title in the table of contents.
Well, that's all we had for this episode, and next time we'll talk about meetings.
Thanks for watching and subscribe so you don't miss the meeting.
And until we meet again.
I think we overdid it.
Too much meat?
Yeah.
We'll show you Drive. Just like any other type of device, you can access all of your cloud-stored files here.
And if you install Docs, Sheets, and Slides, you'll be able to edit and collaborate on these.
Wow, this is a pretty big test, but we covered a lot of stuff, and I didn't stop to do any of this. So now we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff that we've already been doing. So on this particular testing your knowledge, try sorting your files by name to recognize them alphabetically, or to reorganize them rather, alphabetically. Create a new folder. Move a file to a folder. A file would be a document, a spreadsheet, a presentation, whatever. Move it to the folder. Share a file with someone else. Share a link to a file via email or web. You can use the collaboration tools with someone else to edit the same file. Leave a comment on a file for someone else to view. Hey, that someone else is going to be me. Let me be your test dummy. You've got my email down there, or yes, my email. Go ahead and do these items and send them my way. I'll comment. We'll collaborate together. I have no problem with that at all. So I want you to be successful. So test your knowledge on these items. Use me as your guinea pig. There's my email address. You can also call me. My phone number is listed there as well. And let's get this going together. No reason you need to do it yourself. One of our final steps in using Google Drive is downloading files from the Google Drive. Once you've created a file, it will be accessible whenever you sign into Google Drive. However, there may be times when you want to download or print a file for offline access. In order to download a file, you need to locate and right-click the file you want to download, and then select Download. And you can see that in picture 1 there. The file will be downloaded to your computer. To choose a file format, by default, Google Drive will choose the most common file format whenever you download a file. For example, if you download a Google document, it will automatically be saved as a .docx file, which is used by Microsoft Word and most other word processors. However, there may be times when you want to choose a different format, such as PDF. So in order to do that, you're going to double-click the desired file to open. And we see that in picture 2. The file will appear in a new tab. You're going to select File, and you see that in picture 3. Download As, then choose the desired file type. In this example, we're going to choose the PDF document. So you can clearly see how you're going to be able to download those files from the drive. So go ahead and give that a try right now. And next we're going to talk about printing those documents. Now let's talk about printing files from Google Drive. You are first going to double click the desired file to open it. And we can see that any of the files. You're just going to double click them. Then you're going to select File and then Print. And you can see that in the picture there. The Print dialog box will appear along with a preview of your file on the right. Choose the desired options, then click Print. Pretty easy, right? Pretty cut and dry? So why don't you go ahead right now and locate the printing, get yourself into those documents, and get something open for yourself so you can learn how to download them as well as printing them. All right, let's test our skills. So I want you to download a file from the Google Drive to your computer. Download a Google Sheet in the .csv format. And if you have a printer, try printing a file. You've got my email there. You can send me that Google Sheet in the .csv format via email. If you need assistance with that, just give me a call and I can tell you exactly how to do it. You're going to go into your email, your Gmail account. You're going to compose a new email. You're going to put my email in there as your to person. Put a brief little subject in there about what it is you're sending me, possibly a message of what it is you're sending me, and then you're going to hit send. Very, very simple. So I've got it listed here for you. Go ahead and give it a try.
Well, hello there. Once again, I am going to show you how to use Google Drive in the best way that I possibly can. Down here in my taskbar, I have a few different options of how I want to get connected to the internet, whether I want to use Internet Explorer or I want to use Google Chrome. Because I'm using a Google product, I'm going to opt to use Google Chrome. So I'm going to go ahead and push on that to get me connected to the internet, and that's where I am now. So if I come up here to my grid view, then I'm able to click on the Drive account. And here you can see that this is my Drive account. It's going to do a little bit of a tutorial for me. I'm going to go ahead and sign out real quick because I want you to be able to sign into your account. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. Here we go. So I'm back on Google. I'm not signed in, but I need to be. So I'm going to sign myself in as my instructor. This would be after you would create yourself an account. So once you have a Gmail account created, you're going to get yourself signed in. Now I'm signed in. I'm with my email, but I want to be on my Drive. So here is all of the files that I have on my Drive that I am able to get into, getting connected to things along those lines. Now, let me go back, and I'm going to create a document, and I'm just going to label it, "Hello class, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time today." All right, now I'm done with that. So now I'm going to save it. Now, I don't have Google Drive on here, so that means I'm going to have to go get it. Let me do that rather quickly. So if I want to download Google Drive, I'm going to type that in. So I'm going to download it to my PC, but you can also see where I have these other options as well. So I'm going to accept their terms, and it's downloading now. Once it's done downloading, I'm going to be able to access all of my stuff from my computer itself. So let's let that go ahead and download. And once it is complete, then we're going to be able to get into it a little bit more. And I'll be right back once that's done. Okay, it looks like I'm done and I'm all good to go. I'm going to go down here to my Start menu, and you can see I now have Google Drive attached. That also means that if I go to save this, I should have Google Drive in here as well, but I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to need to go put it in there. So here's my Google Drive account. Assuming it's going to open, here we go. We're going to get started with it. I'm going to go ahead and enter in my email. Assuming I have one, of course. I'm going to enter in that password. That's why I want to make sure that I have it written down. All right, it's going to create a folder for me. That's what it's letting me know. And now I'm all set. Okay. So now I'm going to be able to, let's see what this did. See, there's my Google Drive account now. So now I can come in here and click File. Now, what I had to do was I had to get onto my computer, onto the internet, and I had to download that onto my PC. Okay, so you want to make sure to do that first. Now I'm going to save this as something. I'm going to put it in my Google Drive. Now here's where I'm going to be able to choose my different extensions that I might want to be able to use, or different formats. And then I'm going to save it. So it put it in my Google Drive account. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And I'm going to go back to my main Google Drive account. So in here, I should actually have a file that I just submitted that says Hi Class, or it might just say Document. I'm not really sure. Let's go back and see what it put it in as. It would be under one of the blue ones, Hello Class, which is right there. So now it's just a matter of finding it. Recents, and there it is. So it's on my drive, but if I want to find it a little bit quicker, I might want to click on Recent. Okay, so here's my recent. Now if I double click that, now I'm in Google Drive, and I am going to edit it, or at least I'm going to try to edit it. It's downloading that for me. Here's where I can rename it. I've got it labeled as Class. I think we talked about renaming it. And I want to edit it, so I'm going to open it in Google Docs. That's where it's going to open it at, because it was a Microsoft Word type thing. So now I'm able to come in here and edit it. And now I'm done, so I can just go back to my main menu here. Here's my Hello Class. I've got a few of them. This is my original Word document that I did. I don't want to edit it though. And then this is the one that I just edited. So you can see. Now if I wanted to share, I would need to find the people I want to share that with. So let's say I'm going to share it with myself. Okay. So now I can go into my email and there it is. Okay. So I can double click on that. I may need to right click, to get those pictures to come through for whatever reason, but now I can go into the document itself. Going to request access. So then I have to log into another account that will allow access. But I'm not seeing it in here. So once I get that to come through, oh, it says I was denied. That's okay. But that's how you're going to collaborate. That's how you're going to send it. That's how you're going to get it going. Another way you can do it here is by coming up here. This is your link that they're talking about. Okay. So if I did that and I sent it to myself and I labeled it link. Okay. There's the link to my document. And now I can click send. Here in a moment, it's going to come up down here. And that's actually going to take me straight in to the document itself. There's the link. So if I push on this, oh, I need to switch accounts. That's what I need to do. Let's try my account that I did all this with, which makes sense. Okay. So anyway, there's my link. It gets me in, and now I'm able to edit it and things along those lines. That's how you do that collaboration and that sharing. Okay. Hopefully this interactive helped you out a little bit. I realize it was like 10 minutes long, and I do apologize for that. But I really do want you to make sure that you understand how Google Drive works. If you're not getting it, then you're going to want to get with me so we can get you going on how to get it. I don't want anybody feeling lost or behind. So, you know, these are just files that are saved within my Google Drive account. So hopefully that helped. If it didn't, give me a call and I will do what I can for you. But besides that, have fun with Google Drive, because that's what it's about, saving your files and having some fun.
Okay, now that class is over, I really do hope that you gained something out of this, because it would do us no good if I'm going through all this and you're not any smarter than you were when you started it, kind of thing. Okay, so let's take a little quiz over the things that we've learned up till now. And I really hope that me doing a little interaction with my Google Drive account kind of helped you understand it a little bit better. So, what allows you to easily group and organize your files? You've got groups, folders, collections, and stickers. Think about that for a minute. If you want to display specific files while hiding others, you can what? You can sync your files, switch to the grid view, choose a color for the folder, or apply a filter. Think about that for a minute. True or false? You will need a Google account to use Google Drive. True? False? Think about that. The easiest way to share a file on your Google Drive with a large group of people is with what? A link, an email attachment, a USB drive, or a download. Just take a minute and think about that. You can always pause this video so you can give yourself more thinking time. Whenever you create a new Google document, it will open in what? The View pane, Microsoft Word, a new browser tab, or the left navigation pane. Think about that. When you store files in the cloud, you are what? Storing them in the cloud folder on your hard drive, storing them in a temporary location to be deleted later, storing them in an e-file, or you're storing them online. Give you a minute to think about that. Google Docs are similar to the files you can create with what? Is that Microsoft Silverlight, Adobe Creative Suite, Microsoft Office, or Microsoft Outlook? True or false? When you share a Google Doc with someone else, that person can always edit the file. False? True? All right, let's go get those answers. So how'd you do? So folders folders allow you to easily group and organize your files. Did you get folders? If you want to display specific files while hiding others, you can apply a filter. Did you get that right? True or false? You will need a Google account to use Google Drive. Yes, that is true. You do need a Google account to have Google Drive. The easiest way to share a file on your Google Drive with a large group of people is with a link that would link you into each one of those documents since it's online. Whenever you create a new Google document, it will open it in what? It's going to open it in a new browser tab. It's going to open up a whole new tab, and there's your document. When you store files in the cloud, you're storing them online. That way you're able to access them from any device. One thing to keep in mind, your Google account follows you. It doesn't follow the device. I cannot have a device at all, go to my friend's house, log into my Google account, and boom, I'm able to get into my Google Drive account, and I don't even have a device of my own with me because the account follows you and it doesn't follow the device. Google Docs are similar to files you can create with Microsoft Office. Okay? True or false? When you share a Google Doc with someone else, that person can always edit the file. That's false. You can actually go in and lock some of that out so they're not able to do that. Okay? So hopefully you got the answers right. Hopefully you have a better understanding of Google Drive and a Google account all in general. I'm hoping that little interactive I did with my Google Drive account helped you kind of better understand how it works. Okay? And I just want to thank you for your time. Well, thank you for taking the time to take this class. Hopefully you have a better understanding of technology and you're ready to use Google Drive. Without you, there would be no reason to have these classes, so I thank you so much. Don't forget we have a group on Facebook that you can join, Tech Talk Technology. If you live locally, you can get free one-on-one appointments that are available to you. If you don't live locally, we can definitely see what we can do about doing some type of an appointment through FaceTime, Skype, whatever we can do. That way we have face-to-face with each other as much as possible. Or we can try the phone. The phone's not as easy as being able to do it face-to-face, though, just to let you know. I would not be able to see what it is exactly we're trying to do. So having it like that would be more of a benefit. So without further ado, I hope you learned everything you need to learn about Google Drive. I want to thank you for your time. Make sure you listen for that secret code in here. And have a great day. I want to thank the following websites and their images for allowing us to use their items. Without them, we would not be able to have class today. So thank you to them.